1 year ago, Tanzania was a world unknown to Lizzie Cameron, but one she was ready to explore.
I'd always wanted to go away and be a volunteer. There was just something about it that I knew that it was going to be right.
But when Lizzie, a graphics designer from Scotland, announced the decision to spend a year helping Africa's disabled children, her youthful optimism was tempered by a parent's protective instinct.
My mum especially was, I think, apprehensive. I think she was wary of, staying there for a year.
But she set out anyway, without knowing much about the project or place it was located.
Oh, there they are. I was loads of them. Hello.
I only really knew a small paragraph about exactly what the project did, so I was quite nervous about what exactly I was going to be getting involved with. But as soon as I arrived, I met Dennis, who runs the programme.
Dennis Maynor is the founder of the Lake Victoria Disability Centre, which teaches young people skills they can use to support themselves the rest of their lives. From the moment Lizzie began sending back videos to CNN, it was apparent the two would have no trouble getting along.
What I really respect about him is he's got a very good degree from Nairobi in engineering, so he could have quite easily gone and made a very good living for himself. But he'd always had this sort of passion for helping people with the disabilities.
she likes that.
Since Lizzie couldn't speak Swahili or sign language, communicating with the students was difficult. So she helped out where she could and set up a website that could receive donations. She also tried to change the misconceptions the community has about people with disabilities.
If you have a child that's disabled, it's a curse from God. They don't get to go through sort of mainstream school. They get thrown out at a very early age.
That's why Lizzie says the centre is so important. Dennis and the others teach everything from carpentry to sewing purses. They also retrofit tricycles into wheelchair-like devices. But space is tight. The centre can only look after about 25 students. Eventually, they'd like to expand so disabled children from the entire region can come to learn.
It's been Dennis's sort of dream for the last so many years to build a disability centre, so people can come, like an orthopaedic workshop, so people can come to have wheelchairs made.
With her year-long commitment at an end, Lizzie is back in Edinburgh. But it's only a brief stay to raise more donations.
Going to visit organisations, going to visit people that hopefully can fund us. For some of the students, they didn't have the use of their legs, so they would sort of be crawling into school. If you manage to find somebody to sponsor a wheelchair, or a tricycle, seeing one of the boys being able to get around. Once you see something like that, it's difficult to remove. It's difficult to come back here and sort of cut yourself off.
And when she returns to Tanzania in July, home in Scotland won't seem so far away. Her parents have both decided to give up their jobs and move to Tanzania to help see Dennis's dream become reality.